Got the Cobra Kai shirt going. So we're ready for business today because Cobra Kai never dies. Everybody's been asking me, where you been? What you been up to? Haven't seen you for a while. No new videos. Everywhere I go, walking down the street, stop in a store, gas station, it just seems like everybody's asking me, where you been? Well, let me tell you. Oh, by the way, nobody's asked me that. We are on the border of South Dakota and Wyoming. But we are stopped at a TA truck stop right outside of Missoula, Montana. I guess we are just over the border into West Virginia, right on the border of Canada. I'm in Idaho. We're in Rockwell City, Iowa. We are in sunny Crawfordsville, Indiana. We are in Seattle. We're in Baltimore, Maryland. Here in Rock Island, Illinois. We are in Dayton, Ohio. So I've been getting around. I should have did something when I was in Brainerd 2 weeks ago and said I'm in Brainerd, Minnesota. I went up there 2 weekends ago to see Mom and kind of go there for, she wanted to see me for my birthday, and also I was celebrating 4 years of sobriety. So that was a nice milestone to celebrate, but equally, if not more important, 4 years of recovery. And there's a little bit of a difference between sobriety and being in recovery. You can be sober and not be in recovery, but you cannot be in recovery and not be sober, if that makes any sense. Being in recovery is working on yourself all the time, and working a program and maintaining a certain lifestyle and dealing with day-to-day problems in a healthy way and always moving forward. And like I've said many times before, you know, the biggest beneficial way that I go about things is resting my recovery on the 3 pillars of gratitude, acceptance, and forgiveness, and that's worked pretty well so far. But it was real nice to celebrate that and to reach 4 years of sobriety and recovery. The other thing that I wanted to touch on is the thing that I do with my kids, the Cobra Kai, Never Die. You know, that's a TV show that's out right now that is a continuation of the Karate Kid movies. And, you know, 30 years later, if you haven't seen that, if you've seen the Karate Kid movies, and if you're a fan of them at all, and if you like a little bit of nostalgia, and if you just like a good show, a family show, I would urge you to check it out. And it's become a big part of Team Daddy. It's one of our big things that I think about, and there's certain things that I appreciate about that show, and you know, I'd like to share that those things with my kids. So I just appreciate, you know, a lot of the things about that show and the things that I believe in. And one of the biggest things is balance. And I really appreciate how in part of the show with like the Johnny Lawrence character, you know, in the movies he was kind of the villain, the bad guy. And in this show, Cobra Kai, they've really flushed out his character and kind of seen where he's coming from and why he was the way that he was. And that's cool to see because, you know, whatever our problems are or issues are, character defects, and those kinds of things, there's reasons, you know, little quirks in our personalities. There's reasons that we have them, and we all have them. And some of us, you know, might not have had the best parents. We might not have gotten all the things that we needed at the right time growing up from our parents. We've been through difficult things that have shaped us and formed us, and most of that comes from the things that we went through as children, our formative years, and all that. And so it's cool to see that side of it with this show, and it really delves into those themes. And so there's not really, you know, with season one there wasn't really a bad guy and a good guy. Inherently, you know, Daniel LaRusso is the good guy and Johnny Lawrence is the bad guy. But you really see in the show what the writers do with all the episodes is they show the negative aspects and the positive ones on both sides of the coin. They show, you know, the not so good side and the good side of Daniel, and the same thing with the Johnny Lawrence character. And I like how Johnny Lawrence, you know, he's that part of the story. It's really in your face of this political correctness, which, you know, a lot of that I don't agree with, and a lot of other people out there don't agree with a lot of it. And it just has this balance, and I love that part of it, and how I can relate that to my children, how I can relate it to myself, my life, and the balance of it. I can relate, you know, to my recovery, and so we're always, you know, Cobra Kai, never die. And it's really cool if you watch the show. If you've seen the show or you go and watch it, you'll really understand what I'm talking about. And season 2 comes out in a matter of days, which, you know, I'm really excited about. I think it's like in 9 days or something like that. Yeah, it premieres on April 26th. So I hope you'll be watching. Check it out. I will be. And it's cool too because it's a big part of Team Daddy. You know, the things that make up Team Daddy is Cobra Kai. The most important thing, which I always ask my kids, what's the most important thing? And the answer is how I react. Because we can't control anything out in the world. Nothing is ever fair and never will be. Can't control the actions of other people. We have no control over people, places, or things. The only thing that we can control is how we react. The other thing that we focus on with Team Daddy is family. What comes first? Family. I want to really teach my kids that the thing that comes first is family. I always say, what comes first? Family. I want them to know and to realize and to learn and to have that inside their moral compass is how important family is. And then I always say, who are we? Answer, of course, is Team Daddy. Want them to know that we're a team, that we're a family, that we have that connectiveness. Yeah, I believe that it's just really important to instill those kinds of things. So, having something like Team Daddy, and then having something to call it, and having not so much rules, but things that we can say and repeat, and kind of make the kids feel like they're in a special club. Just to have something like this, that it's something that's healthy, and just something that I like to do with my kids. So I'm going to keep doing that. And remember, Cobra Kai never dies.